With our big Canadian holiday vacation to Banff and Revelstoke now in our rearview mirror, and the re-entry back into our sticks and bricks home, as well as finding the daily routine of a 40-hour work week, it has left me with a lot of thoughts that I've been reflecting on, specifically to how the RV life integrates into our lives as part-time weekenders. It's time for our pit stop. Here, we take a brief rest. It's a time to refuel, recharge, and explore shorter topics that are meaningful and helpful to us RVers. Welcome to RV Out West. I'm your host, Brooks. Like many of you, both my wife and I have careers that keep us in an office for the standard 40-plus hour work week. Luckily, for both of us, our commutes are pretty good and under 15 minutes each way. We don't really get the Sunday Scaries, as they call it, as we both enjoy our careers. But when you're out camping on a weekend and Sunday morning rolls around, the packing up and post-trip camp chores do often leave me wondering, well, what if I didn't need to do this today? What if we did live a fully nomadic life? Would that change how we feel about packing up camp on a Sunday? Now, by no means are we going to make the switch to full-time. One, my wife's career is for a school district, and so there is no possibility of her ever working remotely, unless we all find ourselves locked down in another pandemic. Plus, she doesn't share in that desire of the full-time life like I do. She welcomes the return to home, finding a comfortable night's rest in our Tempur-Pedic bed, and the simplicity of not needing to worry about gray tank levels for showering or doing the dishes. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of that. She is, and always has been, the yin to my yang. We keep each other grounded, and that is what works best for us. I have often wondered, though, even after all the people I've chatted with both on this show and in campgrounds who have chosen to live the full-time RV life, how would it be different? I would want to live as a nomad, and I can appreciate that often the journey is what matters even more so than the destination. The unknowing of where we are headed excites me. It doesn't scare me. Normalcy and routine bore me. Being chained to a calendar because of this or that, I think is what is responsible to the speeding up of time as we age, all due to our children and their extracurricular activities. Let's pause here and hear a word from our friends over at Camper Alerts. It's summertime and the great outdoors are calling. But did you forget to book a campsite 9 months ago? Well, don't worry. Say goodbye to sold-out campgrounds with Camper Alerts. With Camper Alerts, you can choose your campground, select your site type, and set a personalized alert. And when a site becomes available, they will notify you. It's that simple. Visit camperalerts.com today and start setting your alerts. Take, for example, my daughter's elite cheer team. That is a time-demanding sport, and so we have camps, competitions, workouts, practices, and travel that take priority right now in our lives. While I enjoy seeing my daughter compete and do something that she loves, it has also become a big part of our lives as a family, meaning that there are other things we don't get to do as much of right now because this is such a big part of what we do. I don't know how we would plug this into a full-time life. I don't want to go full-time to just end up living in an RV park and to just replace our house with an RV. That's not what I envision. I need to move and to be in motion. That is when I personally feel the freest. The other big factor is that I am not independently wealthy and need to continue to be a productive member of society. I've had remote jobs even before it was as widely as accepted as it is now in a post-COVID world. Even working remote means that one needs to be able to plug into the office and still crank out a 40-hour work week. So if a job still requires you to be available in a 9-to-5 situation, you could do that while living the full-time RV life. But to have 2 people and kids all vying in a small space to work and road school can create its own set of challenges, I'm sure. I mention all of this not just as pure musing, but more importantly as a call out. To those of us who are weekenders and part-timers, it takes a fair amount of work to get the RV ready for an adventurous weekend. From the meal planning and grocery shopping to packing clothing and bicycles, but somehow it always gets done. I know in my recent conversation with Jeremy Puglisi that he mentioned 30 days as a great goal for weekenders, and he may be right. But I challenge each one of you to surpass that goal. Look at your family calendars. Reach out to your other RVing friends. Find a weekend in the future that works. You don't need to go far to have a good time. You just need to go. So book that trip. Take your RV out, relax, and enjoy the RV life. You deserve it. Don't let Monday get in your way. We all bought these things, so let's do what we can and use them as much as we can. So now, get out there and go see what's beyond the horizon, even if it is only 30 minutes down the road. Thanks so much for listening to RV Out West. Join us again next week. Please like and subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you choose to get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. I sure would appreciate it if you left a rating or a review of the show. Special thanks to Scott Holmes Music for providing us the intro song, We Are One. RV Out West can be found on Instagram and Facebook, where you can interact with us and follow along on our RV adventures around the Pacific Northwest. So get out there, explore, and go see what's beyond the horizon.